Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into everything you need to know for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. We got some extra ways to make money, we got some great discounts on vehicles, and a brand new aircraft added into the game. Let's get straight into it! The past 3 weeks for Grand Theft Auto have been absolutely tragic for money grinders like myself, because all that has been available are adversary modes with double money and races, which, let's be real, the majority of the community does not care about. However, Rockstar has finally listened to us, and they are giving double money sale missions on any bunkers. So this is great. It means now for doing bunker sale missions, instead of my product being worth $230,000, it's now worth $460,000. Add that into the high demand bonus and the fact that I'm going to sell to Los Santos, and that's close to probably $1 million in product right there. That is good. And it gets even better. If you are to sell your excess weapon parts to Ammu-Nation, you're going to be making triple the money. That is insane. Triple the money. So instead of getting $50,000 every 48 minutes, I can get $150,000 every 48 minutes. I do this quick sale mission, which takes me 5 minutes to do. Make sure that you are selling your excess weapons parts. This is massive. Oh, I should also add that bunker research is doubled, but let's be real, nobody cares about that. If you haven't done your bunker research already, my suggestion, with the extra money you're making on the excess weapon parts and sale missions, just purchase the bunker research because it's way faster and it's going to save you time, which time is money. I'm just so happy that Rockstar is finally giving us a good week when it comes to money. Let's start off with the brand new aircraft being added into the game, which is the weaponized Kanata. I actually think the weaponized Kanata is really cool. We've been begging Rockstar to add a weaponized Kanata since they've released the base variant. I got bad news. To purchase the weaponized Kanata, if you already own the base variant, guess what? You can't upgrade it. You have to go over to Warstock and purchase an entirely different helicopter for $3.4 million. Now that's a pretty hefty price tag, but to be fair, nowadays with Cayo Perico, you can probably earn that amount of money in an hour and a half of work, so I don't think it's actually too overpriced if we talk about price tags in GTA. The weaponized Kanata, the best way to describe it, is a much more mobile buzzard. It has the exact same missiles, so you just shoot, and I'm holding the fire button as you can see, and it's just the buzzard rate of fire. It also has the machine gun the buzzard had. So apart from that, it's literally just a copy and pasted buzzard weapon palette with a much more mobile and fun frame. I actually think the helicopter looks really cool. It's got some really cool upgrades going for it, so it's not a bad actual aircraft to get it all. I just think that the Sparrow is still flat better because of the fact that you can't spawn this in next to you. If I go to services, I go to Kosatka, I can spawn in my Sparrow, and as you can see, it's literally 20 feet down the road. The problem, and I've said this time and time again, the problem with personal aircraft in this game is that you cannot spawn them next to you. They have to be at the nearest airstrip or suitable location to take off. Because of this, they're useless, because I can just call in my Sparrow next to me or my Buzzard. So at the end of the day, as cool as the weaponized Kanata is, I'll never be using it. You will always see me in the Sparrow. With that aside, let's break into this week's free vehicles. We have the Toros. This is the prize ride car. To get your hands on it, you're gonna have to finish 3 days in a row 5th place or better. So essentially just play the race. Doesn't even matter if you lose, you'll still get your hands on the Toros. It's a pretty cool car, incredibly fun to drive, super fast, like 127 miles per hour. It's like faster than a lot of supercars. Actually a really cool vehicle. For the prize in the casino, we have the Outlaw. I can't really say anything too special about it, so yeah, it's like a little off-road vehicle. Apart from that, I can't say anything crazy. Before we get into the cars, I thought we would talk about some of the discounts. First of all, we have 30% off all explosive weapons. I think that's a little weird. I never expected that, but you know what? Money's money, so if you don't own all the explosive weapons like the railgun, make sure you get your hands on it this week. We also have 30% off all bunkers and bunker upgrades, so if you don't own a bunker, which I probably find pretty rare for a lot of you, but if you don't own one, get your hands on a bunker, especially with the fact that you can make double money, really good to get your hands on. And if you don't own the bunker upgrades, you can also get them 30% off, so make sure you fully max out your bunker this week. It's going to be greatly worth it. We move on to 40% off all Mark II weapon upgrades. Kind of a weird one, not gonna lie. But you know what? If you don't own the, I don't know, like the Mark II Sniper, if you want the explosive sniper, get your hands on that. The MG Mark II is really nice. So there are some decent weapons out there to get your hands on, the Bullpup Mark II, things like that. But for the most part, the base weapons are pretty good, especially like the M16 if you already own one. With that aside, let's break into the discounted cars this week. All of them are 40% off, and we're starting off with the Euros, going from $1.8 million to $1 million. That's actually a pretty decent price tag, although it's still going to be quite expensive to upgrade this vehicle as it has so many options. It's not a bad deal at all for this JDM. It's a really cool car to drive, but I can't really say anything special about it in the sports category. It reaches a top speed of 116.5, which is pretty mediocre to be completely honest, and it doesn't have the best handling either, so yeah, it's just an average sports car. If you like the look of it, get your hands on it, but apart from that, I can't really say there's anything too special. Next up, we arrive at this beauty, the Ocelot XA21. In my opinion, this is one of the nicest looking supercars available in Grand Theft Auto Online. Not only does it look incredibly nice, but it features a very solid handling and overall statistics going for it. It reaches a decent top speed of 122.5 miles per hour, and it has an incredibly good lap time, placing it in 15th out of 58 supercars. So it's definitely in the higher echelon of supers. It's got really good handling, really decent top speed acceleration, plus it's got a pop-up wing. How can you not like the look of the XA21? It also sounds like really, really good. I almost forgot to mention the XA21 is about $1 million off. Its base price tag is 2.4 mil, but this week you can get your hands on it for 1.4 million. That's actually a really good price tag in my opinion. If you don't own the car, get your hands on it. Next up, we have the Insurgent. Now, yes, this is the Insurgent Pickup Custom, but I just think it looks cooler, so I got this one out instead. The Insurgent it's a really good deal for any newer players. A lot of people that already have a decent chunk of money, obviously getting your hands on the Insurgent if you already own a Toreador or other armored Amani Tech vehicles probably isn't going to be the best investment just because you're never going to use it. But if you're a newer player, the Insurgent, only $540,000 for an armored vehicle that can survive upwards of 26 homing missiles, yeah, that's a really good deal. I would definitely suggest to get your hands on it if you don't already own one. However, the Night Shark, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, is also discounted and also a really good deal if you're new or even a pretty experienced player. Night Shark, just like the Insurgent Pickup Custom, is also 40% off, which means that you're going to be able to pick it up this week for $750,000. And for the only $250,000 difference between the Night Shark and Insurgent, I would just recommend to get the Night Shark. Sure, it doesn't have the craziest of weapons. I mean, all you have is a machine gun and then you can shoot out of it, but at least you even have the machine guns on the front, unlike the Insurgent. But the Night Shark is actually really fast. That's the part that I enjoy a crazy amount about this car, is that not only is it super well armored, it can survive the same amount of explosions the Insurgent can, but when you add that into the fact it can actually reach a top speed of 105 miles per hour, and it is the 13th best out of the 53 off-road vehicles in the game in lap time, it's actually pretty impressive for what it is. So the Night Shark is definitely a good buy, whether you're a newer player or a pretty experienced player. It's just a really good armored vehicle to get. I mean, look at how fast this thing is. Plus, it absolutely sends cars out of your way. Finally, we arrive to the removed vehicles that have returned this week, and this week only, we start off with the Pegasse Zaruso. Absolutely amazing supercar. It's not incredible on handling or top speed, but I just love the way it looks. This is actually my personal one here, and it's just such a nice looking car. It's got some cool upgrades going for it, and I'm always a big fan of Lamborghinis, so this car, definitely if you don't own it and you think it looks cool, you want to get your hands on it, make sure to pick it up. We also have the Torero, an absolutely amazing car. It's obviously based off the Countach, so I would suggest also, if you like the look at this vehicle, I think it's only like $800,000, $900,000 as it is, so I would definitely suggest to get your hands on the Torero. A car that I probably wouldn't suggest to buy is the Squatty. I mean, it looks cool, but there's nothing really special about it. It doesn't feature any bulletproof glass, even though it looks like it should. It doesn't, which is kind of lame. So, yeah, the only cool thing about the Squatty is that the snorkel actually works on the vehicle. That's about it. Finally, we have the XA21, which we already went over. This vehicle is removed, and it's coming back. Overall, best cars to buy, XA21, Torero, and the Zaruso. Definitely stay away from the Squatty. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to click that subscribe button. I'm actually really excited for this week. It's going to be a good one for grinding. Bye-bye!